now that I've been able to set some good level of financial stability, I'm now learning that learning financial, establishing some level of financial stability for yourself also means spending money on yourself. Now, this is not some popular wisdom, but it's what works for me. So when I was starting out, I understood that, okay, delay gratification, save, invest, sacrifice your personal gains and all. But now that I've been able to do that to a particular level, I have learned that for the next level I want to go in my finances, I need to spend some money on myself.
Yes.
In terms of investing in myself, even in my actual looks, even in, wearing nice clothes and all of that. So I understand that investing in yourself financially is also a strategy to grow your finances as well.
Welcome to Voices with Victoria, the series that unlocks the power of resilience. Join me and industry experts as we explore career development, human capacity, nation building, and entrepreneurship.
This is Voices with Victoria Ndu. We are here for another exciting episode. I am super excited, of course, always. At the studio, we have with us this woman must give me 20 hectares of land before we release her from this interview today.
Okay.
I have here with me the one and only original Madam Landlady.
Hi.
Hi, Mercy. How are you doing?
I'm very good, thank you.
How do you feel?
I'm super
Of
excited.
course, you're glowing.
I like it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so first of all, I'd like to say thank you for being on the show with me.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying yes. I know your schedule and all of that, but for agreeing to be here, thank you.
Thank you so much for having
So
me.
let's get right into it. First of all, introduction, as they say.
Are you right?
I want to know who Mercy Okeke, aka Madam Landlady, is. What is her story like? What is her background?
Okay, I'm Mercy Okeke, right? And this is what I do. I do real estate, so I'm called Madam Landlady. And my upbringing, right? How everything has been. I like my upbringing, and it has played a very significant role in my adulthood. People want to hear your story, and they want to hear a grass to grace.
Doesn't
kind of
always
thing.
have to be.
Yeah, it
Yes,
wasn't like
it
that
always
for me.
sob
Mine
story.
was just grace to grace because my family was. I grew up in my family house, so my grandma, my uncles, my aunties, they raised us all together since my dad died when I was 9. So I stayed in the family house. I was raised with my grandma, my aunties, my uncles, and these are people that were already doing well for themselves. They were established in business, in leadership. The ones who were pastors.
So you had lots
So
of
I had
inspiration.
I had people to inspire me here and there. So I didn't really make so much mistakes growing up. I had counsel, had guidance, and just like that, it has influenced my adulthood, and it makes it very easy for me to navigate adulthood because I already had that established foundation, the right principles, the right upbringing and parenting and all that. So
Amazing.
that's it.
Amazing. Yes, no wonder, because you're still young
Yeah.
and you're doing lots of massive stuff. And then that leads me to my next question. What started the brand Madam Landlady? Why did you, suddenly take an interest? Or I don't know if it was suddenly, but why did you start this brand called Madam Landlady and, started the real estate, in the real estate industry?
Okay, so I came in here I was not so intentional. I was only looking for a job.
Okay.
Right. So at that time I was praying. I had an idea in my head. I needed about ₦1,000,000 to begin a hair business. I love human hairs like this and all. So I was needed about ₦1,000,000 to start the business. And I was thinking, I needed money. Nobody was going to give me a grant or borrow me, loan me.
Especially when you had not started.
Exactly. So I needed to work and then raise money from my salary and all that. So I was an O-level holder at that time. O-level holder. What kind of job would I get that would give me some good amount of money every month? But I was praying about it. I was asking God to just lead me establish me somewhere. Yeah. And I told my friends, find me a job anyhow. Just find me something to do. That was 2017. So I went to church with my friends. And then the next day, a friend told me that I have someone who needs an office assistant somewhere in Alaba International Market. I got there and it's the cleaner job.
Hey.
And it did not make sense. I took that job as a cleaner, earning 20,000 naira. Wow. But the next day, after cleaning, I figured that this company was into real estate. And then I stayed there doing the cleaning job, and this company held trainings every week for realtors, training them how to make money through selling properties and all. So I joined the training one of those days, and I saw how they were teaching people you can make commissions from selling this. And I did the mathematics. And even girl I
Yes,
am now,
now.
I did the mathematics. If I sell one property, I can make my millionaire and start my hair business. And that was how I got in here. And then I started doing real estate from there, trying to sell. But I went almost 2 whole years without closing a single deal. I was doing every single thing I could do.
Like the books.
Not a single sale for close to 2
And you
whole
didn't
years.
give up.
I didn't give up because I don't know how it happened, but I just felt convinced that this thing, I was hearing testimonials, it was working for other people. So I believed that it was going to work for me. And moreover, I just felt like God intended me to be here. I felt convinced. I felt relaxed with that field. And I was learning and going for trainings and, I was growing in knowledge, but no results at the time. But I still stayed. And somehow, after like 2 years, the third year, it was like the law of compounding effect. All of my effort. Now, in those 2 years, I was going to other international markets, going to trade fair, going to Ladipo, going to Oshodi every single day, doing my marketing, posting on Facebook. But I wasn't even selling. But in the third year, it was like the heavens opened.
Wow, floodgates.
And all the results for all my effort began to troop in. And then I was thinking, oh, how do I get a name? I needed a name that I didn't have to tell you what I'm doing. You just know what I do
Yes,
when you
of
hear my
course,
name.
Madam Landlady.
And I got different names, but it wasn't clicking for me until one afternoon I was scrolling on Instagram and then the name just dropped in my spirit, Madam Landlady. I was like, this name looks good. I checked online, nobody was bearing the name, and I changed the name immediately on my social media handles. And then, just like that, it was like the name even helped the business,
Yes,
And
because everywhere, Madam Landlady.
it's been amazing.
Wow.
Yeah. From the third year in 2021, that was when everything just changed for me.
Your story is so instructive. I mean, you were looking for a job.
Yeah.
And then you got a cleaner job. And then you saw an opportunity even in a place that you know, that didn't look like it. And look at it, it's birthed who you are before.
Exactly.
So sometimes, where we are is a pointer to where we will be. But it depends on if, a lot of people, their eyes are not open to see the opportunities before them. They are just complaining, oh, cleaner job, I want to go and clean. Oh, I'm tired and all the stress. And they are blocked from seeing the opportunities in that space.
Exactly.
And, another thing that was so instructive was your staying power. And that's the question I want to ask next.
Okay.
For young people, or even anybody in business or trying to build their brand or whatever it is that you're doing, I know showing up, because you kept showing up regardless.
Yeah.
But even now, I'm just your whole life experience, how has it been showing up without result? I know that the self-doubt will come, the fear and all of that. We're talking about resilience now.
Yeah.
What are some of the strategies that you were able to put in place, or principles that helped you to stay put, regardless of the setback, regardless of the self-doubt that, came in at that point in time?
Okay, for me, first of all, it was a conviction, or it is the conviction. I think if you're not convinced about a particular thing, there's no way you can be committed. You can't stay. So it is that conviction that bettered my staying power. Somehow, I just knew that I can really do this. It can work for me here. So I was really, really convinced. And I saw every other thing as just not it for me. I knew I just had to do real estate. I saw it working for me in that industry. So I stayed. I was so convinced. And then it helped me stay committed. And then I was always around people who were doing very well. Because a lot of people were always selling. I was going for monthly meetings, hearing their testimonials, and so I was always around them, and it just helped me going that, one day they kept encouraging me. I had a manager who has been very, 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 very impactful, right? So she kept encouraging me, just don't worry, one day you sell. So just kind of people around me, and then my conviction helped me stay. Really, did help me stay, and that's just been it.
Amazing. You've had such an incredible journey in the real estate industry, right? And you're a very young person. I know that you've built your finances and all of that. I know financial literacy is also vital, but many people struggle with it. And I would like to know, as a young person, would you like to give an advice to people who are looking to build a strong financial foundation?
Okay, a strong financial foundation. When I have two and there are two sides to this for me.
Yeah.
Right. So first of all, when I started out, I understood how much is important for me to, set up financial structures for the long term. So I still do a lot of delayed gratification. So there are times when I needed, something for myself. I wouldn't want to get them because I just want to, do something. Every single year I buy 2 properties every year. So it means that I have to sacrifice some of my personal gains for that. So I've been doing that since 2020. So I did a lot
Wait,
of
let me
things.
calculate. So you have about it. Hey.
Oh my god. So yeah, I did gratification. But as I have grown over the years, I at that time I saw my friends traveling. I love to travel, but I couldn't have that luxury of traveling because I was, trying to, set up financial structures for myself. But right now that I've been able to set some good level of financial stability, I'm now learning that learning financial, establishing some level of financial stability for yourself also means spending money on yourself. Now, this is not some popular wisdom, but it's what works for me. So when I was starting out, I understood that okay, delay gratification, save, invest, sacrifice your personal gains and all. But now that I've been able to do that to a particular level, I have learned that for the next level I want to go in my finances, I need to spend some money on myself.
Yes.
In terms of investing in myself, even in my actual looks,
Yes.
even in, wearing nice clothes and all of that. So I understand that investing in yourself financially is also a strategy to grow your finances as well. So for whatever level you are, you may need to start out with sacrifices, delay gratification. But as you grow, understand that you need some level of investing financially in yourself to be able to
well.
get some level of stability financially. So that's just the two sides that I do.
Amazing. I'm also particularly interested in knowing what changed for you. The first 2 years of starting out in the real estate. Now that's like a business. So I'll just call it
Yeah.
the first 2 years of starting out your business. It's just like selling and you're not having one customer.
Yeah.
But then in the third year, you started having loads of customers.
Yeah.
What changed? What strategies did you now deploy? Because there are lots of business owners here who are listening, who are watching this, they want more for their business, either more clients or more visibility. What are some of the strategies that you started to deploy that you think, consciously or unconsciously now started to give you the results that you want?
I want. Okay, two things. First of all, social media. At first, I was
Powerful.
doing offline marketing, going from one place to another, trekking under the hot sun,
Ha!
and sharing flyers. It just wasn't working for me, right? And then I said, okay, instead of posting randomly on Facebook and posting pictures, why don't I begin to promote my business on social media and not just posting buy. I began to use content marketing. Instead of telling you to buy, I'll begin to educate you how to know the right locations to buy a property, how to know what's a C of O, what's a deed of assignment. I began to educate people every single day. I was creating content on real estate, educating people. I wasn't selling anything to them. So just like that, I began to build trust from people. So social media helped me a lot. About 7% of my customers today are from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all of that. And then the next thing I did after getting the customers, excellent customer service. Excellent, top-notch customer, and then being available, being very responsive, being very cautious, being very, very careful, being very, very polite. I mean, excellent customer service in terms of delivery. So as I get them to reach out to me, they now trust you. They've seen your content. They now trust you to want to buy from you. When they now come to me, I make sure that I embarrass them with excellent customer service. Like they'll be like, "Do you know me before? How come I'm just so sweet with them. I send them gifts. You don't even need to buy. Just make an inquiry. I will send you a gift.
Yes.
Just like that. So
I
knew
should
that
make an
make an
okay.
inquiry.
Wow.
So I understand that people really want to be cared for. People really want to be taken seriously. They want to know that you have their interests at heart. So customer service helps me a lot. Excellent customer. And then with that, I get referrals.
Yeah.
Because if I treat you right, you want to talk to people about me. So that's what I do things that help me. Social media content marketing works, and then customer service, excellent customer service. So I two strategies. Those are two things I began to, deploy that changed the game for me completely. Still works for me till now.
Yeah. So how do you, because I know that you also are into, you speak at events.
Yeah, I do.
You're very motivational, you inspire people, you also mentor people.
Yeah.
How do you balance or integrate your personal brand with your business brand? Because I see that you're doing an excellent job at it. So, I want you to talk to me, and then also other people who are, I want to motivate, I want to be a speaker. Not only motivate, I know that God has put a gift in me to reach out to other people, but I also have a business. How can they balance it? Or what are some of the strategies that you use for you that will work for other people?
Okay, in balancing my speaking engagements with my
your
career.
personal brand and this real estate thing that you do.
Okay, I don't like to go out of my core. So I stay within my area of strength. So I've gotten invitations to come and speak on gender-based stuff, women this, women that, and it's not my area of expertise. So I thought whatever speaking I get, it has to be within my area of expertise. So it's not easy for me to just flow out of my abundance.
Yeah.
So I stay within my area of strength, right? And that's just been it for me, staying within my area of strength. So if it's not real estate, I'm teaching from my personal development, my personal story, my experiences. So it's easy for me to just, release what I have inside of me. I don't go out of where I don't have the strength, right? That's it. And then for motivating people, I think that has to do with mentorship, right?
Yes.
For mentorship, I'm very, very careful about mentoring people. I don't I've get a lot of requests to mentor me, but I don't really take on everybody. Before I take on somebody to mentor, I need to be very, very sure that, okay, whatever point you want to get, I'm able to help you get there, because mentorship is very, very sensitive, right? So I'm also very careful. I have to be very, very sure that whatever it is you want me to mentor you on, it's from my area of strength, it's something I
Yes.
have practiced or works for me. I'm able to release that onto you. Can understand that mentorship is very sensitive. It can define how your life turns out,
Yes.
right? So I just choose people very, very carefully. I mentor very, very, very carefully. It's quite sensitive for me. So that's what I do.
Amazing. So talking about mentorship, I would like to get your viewpoint on it. I know that, especially on this show, I've had this reoccurring question on mentorship, because for me personally, I think it plays a huge role. But now the question is how? How can young people access mentors, or what are the strategies to be able to, access and also maintain? Because it's one thing to have access, but how do you maintain this mentorship relationships?
Okay. So for me, two mentors I have currently, how I got access to them was through service. Because I knew that I couldn't even pay for their mentorship at the time. I couldn't afford their mentorship. So I had to just take my service, and then I earned the mentorship. So I'm looking to serve them. What can I do for you? It's never about buying their books or buying their courses. Aside that, for me, I went to them directly. I would volunteer to serve at their events, to be their PA if they're going somewhere. And just like that, it was from a genuine heart, not like I'm trying to
Exactly.
exploit them or something. So I began to serve them, and just like that, I gained access to them. And even after I have gained access to them, I still keep paying my dues. I still keep looking for ways to honor them, ways to bring value to their
Honor.
table. Yeah, looking for ways to, make their life easy. I'm not calling you to ask you for anything or demanding anything from you. Looking for ways to serve you every single day. And just like that, I maintain the relationship. And then that place of honor is very, very important. You don't try to see them finish. You don't try to get familiar with them, So I still, most times with my mentor, I still create some level of distance. I don't,
Yes.
just so that I can still respect them,
So avoid over familiarity.
Exactly. So I still keep finding ways to honor them and serve them. And that's the way I'm able to maintain that relationship. And I'm bringing value to their table as well. Not looking to just take from them, because it's actually very, very draining for anybody who is high up there. It's not even a funny place to be. They have a lot of demands. So I don't try to bring more demands to their table. And that's how I'm able to maintain that relationship with them.
Amazing. So the theme for this particular season is voices of resilience. And you're on this show because you're one resilient person. And I didn't even know about the 2 years gap but that shows strong, a sense of resilience on your
Yeah.
past to keep moving. You were convinced about a path, regardless of what was happening at the time. You knew that it was going to work, and you kept at it.
Yeah.
Now, talking about resilience, can you talk to young people how to deal with pressure? Now, this is the angle I'm coming from. You're a young person, you're doing amazing things, but somehow there's another pressure of wanting to do more or do
Yeah.
better
Yeah.
from yourself or from other people. Or you could probably possibly see other people doing other things and like, oh, I want to do this, or oh, this person is winning awards, this person is doing this and that. Have you had that feeling or sense of overwhelm or pressure? And how do you deal with all of these things? How do you remain focused and resilient in the face of all these things?
Okay, so first of all, I do just real estate. I'm not doing any other thing.
Focused.
I'm not doing any other kind of financial investment anywhere. It's just real estate. So, because I'm convinced about it. So, when you're convinced about something, it helps you stay committed to that goal, right? So, I'm convinced. I've chosen real estate. The next thing I still do, is to eliminate every distraction. And when people hear eliminate distraction, they want to, okay, it means turning off your social media, turning off the TV, turn off maybe the lights, or don't watch television, don't watch Z World and all that stuff. For me, turning off distractions is beyond all of that external. It's internal for me first. So I have chosen one thing and I stay on it. Even if they say tomorrow is one thing, is XYZ that's trending, you will never find me there. I rarely even follow anything that will keep me distracted. So it's just all the social media, all the pages I follow are either on finance or marketing so it just helps me stay focused on my path. Nothing is taking my attention, and then I'm always around people in my industry who just keeps me. So you will not find me following somebody that is doing fashion and what am I doing with you?
Exactly.
I mean, not like you're not relevant, but I want to
Yes.
just stay in line with people that I streamline my focus so that each time I look left and look right, it's people around my interest that I'm seeing. They help me just stay
Yes.
focused. So I eliminate any kind of external and internal distractions, and then that conviction is just the primary thing. Staying convinced and not doing too many things. So trends will come and go.
Yes.
Today, if it's not crypto that's trending, next tomorrow it's forex. Next tomorrow you hear is one mini importation. That just too many. But just pick one thing. That's the
Yes.
only way you can grow. That's the only way you can grow. Just stay. Pick one thing. Be convinced about it and stay on it. Give it 3 years is even too much, depending on whatever it is you're building. But give it 3 to 5 years and see if you will not build something reasonable out of that thing. It's not when you do one thing for 1 month or 2 months. You
didn't
say,
work.
it's not working. You run
Then
away.
you see another person that is doing something.
But these people find out at your school in university, they kept you for 4 years studying one course that you ended up not practicing in real life. So you can stay in
Word.
your school and waste 4 years to do a course you didn't practice.
Wow.
Right? But you cannot give your business or your career, whatever it is, 1 whole year. You're already exhausted. So it doesn't make sense. So pick one thing, stay on it, and then grow it. And then being around the right people also helped me stay focused. The right support systems. Whenever I'm exhausted, I'm tired, I can always run to them. They give me advice. And let me chip this in for young people, right? One thing I did very early in my life that helps me stay focused is I have 3 people in my life, right? So these are my mentors, my personal pastor, my spiritual leader, and then my personal board of directors. These are my friends, my
Wow,
inner
board of
circle.
directors.
So you will not see me on Facebook or Instagram. Admin, hide my identity. I'm looking for advice. It doesn't make sense.
That's
It's like
true.
bringing your life on the altar of social media.
People
They
who
will
have different
slaughter
values,
you.
who have
Exactly.
different
So
perspectives.
I chose my mentors, 2 of them, my personal pastor, and then my friends. Whenever I'm having a wonderful, tough year, I can run to them for. I trust their godly counsel. I trust they can give me sound counsel. Not on Facebook where somebody will say, do a. No, how sound are you to select from all those multitudes of information and see what is important? So having these people in my life is all as in your life as a young person is very, very important. Your mentors, your spiritual leader, and then your personal board of directors. I have like 10 of my friends that are very, very core support systems for me, and it helps to navigate life like it's a walk in the park actually.
Yes, amazing, amazing. Talking about young people, what skills, especially in this present day and time, what skills do you think that people can be able to learn? When I'm talking about skills, it could even be personal skills that would stand them out to be able to get the results that they want.
Okay, for me, I would say is being able to communicate your ideas. Communication skills. People have amazing ideas in their head, but you're not able to communicate it in a way that someone who is even listening to you can buy into that idea and be able to maybe sponsor you or give you access to opportunities because you're not even communicating what you want very well. So learn to communicate your ideas. There are no stupid ideas actually until it has proven to be stupid. So just be able to communicate your ideas. Very, very important. And then I'll also say one skill that we should learn is discipline a skill? If discipline passes as a skill, I want to add it there. But communicating your ideas, discipline, and what more? What more? Yeah, that's just the 2 big things that I think every young person should learn at this point. And I don't want to come and start saying tech skills because there's a whole lot of tech skills going that's very, very important for us to learn. But communication for me is always the primary thing. With that, you can get access to opportunities and then people.
Amazing. This is off, what I wanted to ask, but it just came because I feel a need I feel the need to ask you this question. And I don't know if it's for someone out there. It just came, our viewers and listeners.
Yeah.
There's a young person stuck now. I'm confused of what to do, where to go, confused about life. They're seeing other young people doing exploits, either in business or personal life. And they're like, God, what do I do? Or they are confused, what is next?
Yeah.
Can you just sort of like offer words of encouragement and possibly strategies to help the person come out of that phase?
Okay, for anybody who is struggling right now, I would say pray a lot. When I was really struggling, one thing I did was I was praying a lot, and I secluded myself a lot. I stayed away. I stayed alone. Many people are. Many young people. I was talking to my brother. He's kind of dealing with depression and all that. So we're trying to help him get better. And one thing I told him was I figured he always wanted to be out there. Always wanted to go out, hang out, thinking that when you go out, you can forget all of that
the
stuff.
activities.
But you forget that the place of healing comes from being alone, where you can really find yourself, heal, and really discover parts of you that need, discover purpose for you. So young people need to learn that staying alone, leave the crowd, leave everything that they are doing, find a way to stay alone. Many of the amazing things you see today were bettered from the secret place, being alone. So stay with yourself, stay with God. Pray a lot, engage with books or messages, whatever it is you can listen to at this point. But staying alone helped me a lot to build my capacity. So when you're coming out there, you're coming as a whole person who knows what he or she is doing, right? So being very, very prayerful, asking God for direction, and then staying alone. Even at my point, there are still times when I find time to be alone. Solitude, yeah, that's it. I find time to be alone because you can easily get distracted. There's a whole lot of pressure. I find 1 or 2 days, get out of social media, get out of my busy Lagos and this whole stress, and then I calm down. I think, I rejuvenate.
Reflect.
I do a lot of self-care. Yeah, and then when I'm coming out more rejuvenated. I can now provide more solutions from a healthy state of mind, right? So that's it for me.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Madam Landlady.
Thank you so much.
I've had such an inspiring and powerful conversation. Do you have final words to the viewers? Just let us soak out the remaining things that are here so that we can,
Okay, so I always like to say this for any entrepreneur or anybody who is building whatever it is you're building, career, professional. I would say whatever it is you're doing, it's valid, it's great.
Yes.
But as much as you're doing that, take care of the body that carries the anointing.
Yes.
Take care of your body, because many times it's not as if the vision is not working or the idea is no good. Your body, you are weak in flesh, you are exhausted, you are tired, your head is banging, So take time, take care of your body. Don't be too carried away building your business or building your career, and you forget that this thing is flesh. And if the flesh decides that I'm not doing again, all those your vision and everything will just stay.
True.
So take care of your body that carries the anointing. It's very, very important. Yeah.
Amazing. Do you have any projects, activities we should be looking forward to?
Currently, I'm moving into something very, very important in my career. I'm moving into sustainable cities, advocating for sustainable cities in Nigeria and Africa. It's a tough space to be in, but just moving into the direction, hoping to find opportunities that would help me advance in that space. Yeah.
Amazing. We're cheering you on. Thank you again for saying yes to be here and sharing with us.
Thank you.
We've come to the end of this particular episode. Do well to follow her everywhere on social media at Madam Landlady, on Instagram, on Facebook at Mercy Okeke. And she said that she has gift for everyone who sends her. After this episode, I'm definitely going to send her a message to ask where is that property.
You have to be
and
serious.
Maybe you can even dash me. Okay, let me not ask for dash. I will pay. I will buy. Yes. So thank you so much for being here. And thank you all for watching up to this time. You know what to do now. Do well to share, like, comment. Let everybody know the amazing Mercy Okeke. And also, thank you and bye for now.
Thanks for watching Voices with Victoria. Please like, leave a comment, subscribe, and share. Cheers!